Hello everyone, and welcome. Today is Thursday, the 19th of September, and I'd like to talk about former President Barack Obama. In 2009, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, and during his acceptance speech, he spoke about a peaceful and lasting future. He reflected on Martin Luther King Jr., who stood at the same event years before and declared that violence never brings about lasting peace. It only creates new, more complicated problems without solving the root issues. Obama emphasized that our ability to practice non-violence is a living testament to our moral strength. Inspired by the lives of leaders like Gandhi and King, through their teachings, we've learned that passivity achieves nothing. Now, somewhere in the world, soldiers are facing gunfire, standing firm to protect peace. In another part of the world, a young protester dares to stand up against government brutality, pushing forward with resilience. Even mothers facing poverty hold on to the belief that there is still space for their children's dreams, scraping together what little they have to send them to school. We can acknowledge the ever-present oppression but still strive for justice. We recognize the difficulties of corruption, yet we can still fight for dignity. With clear goals, we can accept the reality of war but continue to work towards peace because that is the story of human progress, the world's hope. This is the work we must carry forward. Now, as for Obama and the wars during his presidency, you probably already know about his involvement in Afghanistan, so I'll skip over that, as it's well documented. However, let's not forget that war is still not over. Between 1998 and 2004, the number of major terrorist incidents in the region was under 300 annually, but by 2013, there were over 460 incidents, a 15-fold increase since 2002. Deaths from these incidents rose by 60% in 2013, and just 5 countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Syria, accounted for 4/5 of the roughly 18,000 deaths that year. Iraq alone saw over 6,300 deaths, marking a record high. Despite support for Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and even Yemen's civil war, Obama's administration never laid out a clear plan for military spending or partnerships with allies. Frankly, it's laughable. His support for Afghanistan was woefully inadequate, and the plans for Iraq seemed to rely more on hope than experience, with no real accountability or evidence to back them up. Again, laughable. Then, on the 28th of August, 2017, Obama said that ISIS was more than just Iraq and that America had to fight until the end. His approach to warfare seems consistently tied to impossible strategies. Let's be real. This man won the Nobel Peace Prize. And more recently, there have been several concerning issues surrounding Obama. Throughout his presidency, various allegations about his past emerged, especially during his second term. Back in October 2015, former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair was exposed for having been recruited by MI6 before leading the Labour Party. Similarly, George H.W. Bush not only became the CIA director in 1976 but had deeper ties to the agency. It raises the question, who really holds the power? In Obama's case, it seems clear he had significant influence, possibly more than any other president. Here's where it gets more interesting. There's information suggesting that even former President George W. Bush, his father, and his children were involved in CIA-related activities that other presidents were likely unaware of. Yet Obama, unlike any other vice president or federal official, didn't undergo the same security clearance vetting process to take office. And one of the things he did early in his presidency was issue an executive order to seal his own records, his academic records, health records, his client list as a lawyer, even his birth certificate, were sealed from public access. And then, there's the recent scandal involving his personal chef, Taffery Campbell. On the 24th of July, Campbell was found dead in a pond in Massachusetts at just 45 years old. He had worked as the White House sous chef during Obama's presidency and was later hired as Obama's personal chef. He even accompanied the Obamas on their vacations, including this summer at their private estate. The Obamas had vacationed at this home for years, even before purchasing it. Let's talk about that estate. It's massive, 27 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and 29 acres of land, which Obama purchased for a staggering $11.75 million. To give you some perspective, that's about the size of 16 tennis courts. Back in 2021, Obama celebrated his 60th birthday there, and it was at the same property that Campbell was found floating near a paddleboard in the river on the 23rd of July. Campbell was known to be an avid paddleboarder, but this sudden death raises a lot of questions. Now, let me tell you this. When Obama became the first black president of the United States, I was thrilled. I remember U2 performing their song Pride in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.